Good morning and welcome to Tailor Made on emPOWERme.tv, where every day we approach fashion and style as an opportunity. Today we are joined by Miss Asha Daya of Girl Talk HQ. Good morning, Asha.
Hi, Brian. Thank you so much for having me once again. It's great to be here. We've got some awesome fashion topics that we've got to cover, so I think we should just kick it off and get started.
Yes, we shall. Well, first up, it was a cold and wintry day on Tuesday in New York City, but not for the people who eventually got inside to the Isabel Marant for H&M release. This is a very exciting collection that finally hit the stores. Here we see people waiting for about an hour in line to get into this very exciting event. Isabel Marant is one of the indie darlings of the fashion world right now. People were very excited to be there and experience all that she had.
And also very cold, Brian, don't forget that.
It was very cold. Here we have spokesmodel Milla Jovovich, who is, wearing one of her nice silver pieces, really rocking it out, and some really nice pumps there, which we'll get to in a minute.
Yeah.
And I think, this is a really big thing for H&M to see them, get a high-end indie darling designer coming to guest moonlight for their brand. Isabel Marant is dearly loved in the fashion world right now, and I think what she's done with H&M is really exciting.
Yeah, I think it's going to bring Isabel Marant to the masses, and kind of give her a bigger name, and it's going to be great. I mean, anytime you collaborate with a big, huge retailer like H&M, it's just well, the website, I tried to go on the website this morning, I couldn't even get on the H&M website because it's just kind of going nuts. Everyone's going nuts.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's take a look at some of these pieces. First, we have what she's done with women here, I think is really fun. We see Mila there on the left, and she is, really looking excellent there. This is obviously a nice balance of masculinity and femininity, some nice bright colors, but very sophisticated and very attractive. And this is also...
Well, I think it's really great because there's so many different colors and prints and things like that. But the other great thing about this line, Brian, is that this is the first time Isabel Marant has done a men's line. So you can check out some of the guys' outfits here. And once again, you see prints, you see patterns, you see the boldness. I think you could wear some of this, Brian.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay. I think so too. I really like this sweater. Like the sweater there on the left, I think is really nice. The white there. I like the whimsy, the bohemianness of it. I think it's really fun.
And Isabel Marant's known for her bohemian, boho, chic kind of look. So she's kind of bringing that together for the men's line. I think it's really great. Very festive too.
I agree. And next up we have is some obviously these shoes here. How much do these retail for?
Oh yes. Now I've
Asha?
got to let you know about some of my favorite fashion pieces. Well, the shoes, obviously, this is Isabel Marant, and I love how it's got the classic houndstooth and the very modern stud, so it's kind of a mix of both, and I would definitely wear these. These retail for about £99, which is roughly around 200, maybe a little over 200 American dollars, so, but you know what? It's worth it. I'd get it. Christmas present to myself, I say. You have a favorite fashion piece, right?
I do. I really like this sweater for women. I thought it was really fun. She's really, the detail, the pattern, it looks like classic and sophisticated, but also earthy and bohemian. So congratulations to all those people on Tuesday who were able to brave the weather in New York and get their first dibs on the Isabel Marant collection at H&M. All right, next up we have a very, very fun topic, which is always interesting to talk about because it is winter, it is cold out, and that brings us to the topic of fur. And there's a lot of fun options out there if you want to do faux fur. It's always a good time to invest in some faux fur. Faux fur has come a long way. I think we're not looking at your grandmother's faux fur anymore. No. I found this really great image here we have Rachel Zoe on the runway. She's a multi-tiered faux piece, mixing lots of different colors there, but really explosive, really powerful, really dynamic. Rachel Zoe not afraid to put it out there and make a statement piece with the faux fur.
Yeah, and I think that's good about fur as well. Oh, look, here's another piece that I think would look good on you, Brian. Just kidding.
You think so? We have a leopard skirt. Obviously you can stamp your faux and do anything you want with it. And I really think this skirt was also really fun too.
No, but I'm just kidding. But it is great to have the faux pieces, you know. And the great thing about fur is that, well, I love wearing fur vests in winter because you can kind of still dress it up with other things. And it can be a statement piece, but you can also, here we have a couple of vests, different ideas of, you know, what you're looking for when you're buying fur. And I really love teaming it up with bold colors, bold accessories, heels. You know, don't be afraid to kind of go all out and make fur fun, you know?
I really like some of these pieces here that have the ribbons on them because they have the extra detail, so it adds that softness to it. And the last piece here, we see a lovely woman wearing, again, a mix of fur, of the faux fur through the streets and a fashion spread. I think very fun too, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, another one of my favorite magazines this week called Paper Magazine did a really fun piece with the American artist James Turrell. James Turrell, if you are not familiar with this work, is an American artist. He was actually born in Pasadena, California. And James is known for his use of bright, bold colors, and expansive, you know, solids, and the use of light in different positions. He's a cherished American artist, and here we have an image of him. He actually looks like one of the guys from
Duck Dynasty, is that what you're going to say?
Yeah.
Because I'm totally thinking that.
I was going to say Duck Dynasty. He does look one of the guys from Duck Dynasty. Very Americana here.
Yeah.
And here's some of his images. He's using the light blue, bold colors, really sort of soothing pieces is what he's known for. And here are a few more images. So, you know, Paper Magazine took his inspiration from what he was doing here and created this. So first up we have this lovely piece. This is
This is Alexander Wang.
It is Alexander Wang. The coat, headpiece, and scarf are by Alexander Wang, but you can see the inspiration from James Turrell's work. I just love this jacket. You know, it's winter, it's cold. I love the geometric shape of the jacket. It has a masculinity to it and a femininity to it. I think it's really lovely. Another piece here. This one I think is really great for women anywhere between, you know, 22 to 42. I could see many ladies wearing this for that sophisticated, you know, business casual look. And I love that they put her in the blue lipstick. It sort of has an Ice Queen feel to it, but a modern take on it with a lovely print in the back. And another piece here, this is by Fendi. All three of these pieces, the shoes, the pants, and the shirt, I love that she's got this really hard-edged shoe going on with the softness of the red and the white. And again, they put her on the stairs and as homage to James's work. And I think we have one more final piece here.
Well, this is my favorite piece. I love the purple. You'll see it in a second. Here we go. So the dress and the coat are Louis Vuitton. The shoes are Prada. So we've got some high fashion labels going on there. I think, you know, when I look at this image, it's a mixture of Morticia Adams down at the bottom with the feathers, mixed with Wednesday Adams towards the top, and then Kelly Osbourne's hair. You know, it's purple. So I think it's really great. I mean, we're just having a bit of fun, but I love the use of the colors and the shapes and the textures. I think it goes really well, and it's just a fun use of fashion, I think. Well done, Paper Mag.
I agree. And I love the play of fashion photography and art coming together. And I think Paper Mag did an excellent job using James Turrell's work as inspiration for their photo shoot.
Yeah.
And I think all those pieces are also very wearable as well. So before we wrap up today, I asked each of our guest bloggers here on Tailor Made to bring in one of their favorite pieces that that they love right now in this exact moment. And so today, Miss Ajadaya brought in, what do you have for us, Aja?
Well, I have something really special. This is a little vintage, can you see it? Yes, this is a vintage sequin purse that I got. I'll just hold it up there. So it's got a little bit of a handle there, you can hold it. It's a little clutch. And if it looks a little bit raggedy, it's because this is like seriously vintage. So I got this from some friends in Sydney. When I was leaving Australia in 2007, a producer at a show that I was working on decided to go to a vintage store in Bondi, gave this to me, and it was really special because I love vintage things. It's so hard to find, they're expensive. So they gave this to me, and it was every time I, you know, use this purse, the sequins fall off, and I remember my friends who bought this for me. So it was really awesome. And
how do you feel? How do you feel when you go out in that? Is there a particular way that it makes that item makes you feel?
Well, two words come to mind: classy and kind of timeless. Because I feel like every girl and every guy needs a vintage piece you know, in their closet, whether it's an accessory, whether it's shoes, whether it's lipstick or something that makes you feel vintage and timeless. I think it's really great. So I love it. I love it.
Kudos. And do you have any idea on what that would retail?
I'm not sure. I'm going to say it's a little bit on the expensive side because, you know, it's very delicate. The material is very delicate. Probably maybe $50. That's Australian dollars. You know, I could be wrong.
So probably like, you know,
1,000. No, yeah.
I don't know what the exchange rate is. I don't know what the exchange rate is. Well, thank you for bringing that in, Aja. I think it's a lovely piece, and I do agree. I think vintage is always in style for both men and women. That is all the time we have for TailorMade. Thank you so much for joining us today. But before we go, Aja, where can people find you?
Well, obviously you can find me on my blog, girltalkhq.com, and all the social media is on there. If you want to chat to me directly on Twitter, it's just @Asha Dyer. I believe it's going to be on the bottom of the screen. You can find me on Facebook, just search Asha Dyer Page, all one word, and I'll be there.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Aja.
Thank you.
You can also follow the show @TailorMadeBrian on Twitter. We're getting more interactive on all of our social medias, so we'll be putting questions for you out there in the future. Check back on our Facebook page, TailorMade the Series. And for more of our episodes, check out emPOWERme.tv. Until tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, keep styling and have fun and be fashionable. You're watching TailorMade with Brian Rada on emPOWERme.tv. Be sure to watch us on YouTube and Daily Motion, and like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.